item and come back to it in a minute, but if you could just get me some advice on that. We'll just move into the Central City projects, High Street, Cashel, Tuam and High Street Tram extension. This is a technical document, yes, moved by Jake, seconded by James. Any discussion? I'll put, Aaron?
Just a question. Is there any spare traffic light poles, because we like to upcycle in our ward, that we could move to Herwood Road that are coming out just in the interest of saving materials?
Yes. Noted.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yanni, you're not going to move onto the items in the PX paper, are you?
I put some questions through. I really just wanted to understand around the whole traffic modelling for the new state multi-use arena.
That's the next item, sorry. That is not an item that we're dealing with on this matter.
Sorry.
These are the decisions that we have already made as a council. These are the technical amendments or resolutions that have to be passed to implement
Yeah, I
those
get
decisions.
that, but there's changes. So if you go to page 162,
Okay, well, I'm just not going to put up with this anymore. I've said to you, that is an item to be dealt with in the next
this is in
part
the
of
public
the meeting.
section of the agenda. My question related to 5.5, which is in the public section of this agenda on page 162. I don't see what's not fair about it being raised.
Item 5.2, so there were 5.5, item 5.5 on this agenda?
It's to do with the detail under section 5. There's a number of changes that have been advised to us, and there's a number of comments around things being either further investigated as part of future work.
Yep, so there are no changes as a result of 5.4 or 5.5. We are just advising the council that the hearings panel resolution for us to undertake this will be undertaken. We haven't forgotten about it, and it is being done as part of future work that is planned as part of the LTP.
Yeah.
Sorry, what I was trying to understand though, in terms of this design, what thinking has gone in to the impact of the new multi-use arena? Because if you go down Manchester Street, like clearly what we thought was going to happen. I mean, I've talked to bus drivers who've got delays. The traffic's not working as I thought it would, and as we thought would be beneficial.
We've already
So we
passed
do
the design.
understand that there
We've already
will
done the
be.
design.
It was designed. This was designed and put through as part of a design. We knew the multi-use arena was in the future, and we have done that. The
We've already approved
the
design.
actions and the what's what I'm looking for? I've lost a word. Sorry. That how that intersection will
Run.
run.
Work in the future will
Yes.
be considered as part of a future project for Litchfield and
Sorry.
Draft, which is in the draft LTP.
So what she said.
Yeah.
So
So that's been asked and answered. I'm not having any badgering. Thank you.
it's ridiculous.
Is there any other point? I'm going to... Mike?
I will.
We're in debate.
I will support this because it's just the technical resolutions on a decision that council made last term. So I will say yes to it. But I do think, as a council, we missed a huge opportunity to get some really excellent outcomes to High Street, and I think the compromise we did was actually too much.
Yeah.
I'll speak to it as well. Cool.
Yanni?
Yeah. Like, I think if you take a high-level view, there's been a lot of changes that have been done. We've put some transitional stuff along Ferry Road. We've got a lot greater assessment now of the impact of some of the potential developments as well as some new developments. And I think, fundamentally, we can't just keep putting in projects that were done as part of the accessible city or the inaccessible city. We can't just keep doing them. Like, we actually need to take a stock take of how the traffic is functioning in the central city. From my observation and from people I've talked to, there's a lot of dysfunction with things that were supposed to work in a certain way that aren't. There's probably some really good stuff that is working well, but clearly I think with the amount of development going on particularly with a new multi-use arena where we've just got additional funding on our LTP that we're consulting on, we should actually think about really good connections for cycling and pedestrians as a big picture rather than just doing each little block on a block by block basis. So my concern is that there seems to be a lack of an integrated traffic, pedestrian cycling planning for this whole quadrant of the city. Some of the improvements that we were told that would be beneficial, like Manchester Street, I mean, I've talked to bus drivers who said they spent 15 minutes sitting in gridlock because a few cars get into the middle of Manchester Street. Clearly that's not a functional priority for PT, and nor do I think it's functional for people that are accessing the city. So I'm not going to support this today. I think we're missing an opportunity to look at the big picture. I think things have moved on since the accessible city plans were put in place, and we actually need to step back and think about the cumulative impact of all the proposed development or existing development that's happened in this area since, and come up with a much better coordination.
Tim?
Thank you. Look, I don't think there's actually too much to worry about because of 3 anonymous complaints over 2 years with regards to the gravel car parks, and it seems to be a want around this table to get rid of them. There'll be less traffic anyway.
Thank you. I will put the motion. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no.
No.
Yeah, opposed. Thank you. That's carried. We'll move on to the next